Outside our classroom walls, how using Google Drive will make us more productive and organized while turning our students into 21st century learners and thinkers. So first things first, what exactly is Google Drive? Google Drive is free online collaboration and storage. Think Microsoft Office with a 21st century spin. Users are able to save and access documents remotely. If you've got internet, you've got Google Drive. Multiple users are able to see and contribute to or edit files at the same time. No more read-only copies like we get on the school server. You access Google Drive using your Gmail account, which most of us have. When you log on to Google Drive, you'll see that you are able to create forms, Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentations, and so much more. The best part is it all saves into your free storage and you can access it from everywhere. You're also able to share it with anybody with a Google account, including your students. Students are able to log on to Word documents or Excel sheets or PowerPoints and make edits and change them, and it will save right to your drive. So no more lugging papers home, no more passing out papers for your students, or no more losing things in desks and binders. So you might be thinking, who cares? Do we even need something like this in our building? I conducted a short survey at the end of the school year, and it indicated that 60% of teachers seldom get an opportunity to collaborate with their colleagues teaching different subjects or grades, while 80% of the same group of people would be very interested with having more opportunities. I believe by using Google Drive as a school-wide initiative, we'll be able to increase collaboration between grade levels, between students, and perhaps even outside of our own building. When your colleagues were questioned as to what barriers prevent them from collaborating with peers inside and outside of the school, these are the top 3 that they indicated. The first was finding common planning time with other teachers. Google Drive's solution to that is you can access documents at any time. You don't have to be present or even in the building with somebody in order to collaborate with them. They also indicated that proximity to other teachers, I'm thinking about the teachers that are outside in the trailers, they have a difficult time coming in and finding a space to work in. With remote access from any location, as long as you have internet, Google Drive can solve that problem. They also indicated that our curriculum does not provide collaborative lessons or activities. And there's a lot of concern about using technology in place of the traditional lessons. Well, Google Drive programs promote collaboration and they're easy to create and edit. I propose that we have small group professional development sessions that will allow you to see how easy it is to create lesson plans and activities and share them with others. As we begin planning for Google Drive rollout here at Vincent Farm, it's important for us to reflect on where we are. Apple did a research study several years ago that looked at the different phases classrooms go through as technology is integrated. It's called the ACOT model, or Apple Classrooms of Tomorrow model. So I looked at each phase and where we are in order to determine where we should begin and what a reasonable end goal should be for our school. The entry phase is described as minimal experience with computers or digital technology. Since we have student devices and teacher devices that we use each day, I feel like we're well past this stage and every teacher in the building can utilize the student devices, can show the students how to use them themselves. The second stage is referred to as the adoption stage. Teachers in this stage have a difficult time using new technology to transform learning. You can use the technology, but you're not developing new ways to teach. I believe that most of our staff is past this phase as well. We use the digital ecosystem known as BCPS1 or Schoology as it's going to be called in the fall. It allows us to access curriculum remotely, push out assignments to students through the lesson tiles feature, and we can post grades for students and parents to see. We use the devices and BCPS1 or Schoology for students to work on assignments individually, but we don't really have a lot of collaboration going on within that ecosystem. The third phase is the adoption phase, which I feel like is represents a lot of teachers in our building. Many newer teachers fall into this phase because they're really adept at using technology and they can transform the learning a bit more. A lot of teachers in our intermediate grades are using computers as a way to increase student production and allow for different ways for them to demonstrate what they have learned. I also feel our special education staff utilizes the computers to allow their students to produce more work, especially when like handwritten work is expected. Um, the fourth and fifth stages are the appropriation and invention stage, and I feel like this is really where Vincent Farm needs to begin doing their work. At the appropriation level, teachers are considered to have a mastery of technology and can use it to help students produce more authentic pieces of work. I feel there are a handful, 2 or 3 teachers in Vincent Farm that are at this stage, and they're kind of our tech liaisons. They're the ones that can troubleshoot. They're well versed in technology as a school and can help us use it to produce real work. The final phase, invention, this is the ultimate goal. I believe a very small subset of teachers at this phase right now, but I do feel like we can move pretty quickly because we have a motivated staff and a staff that is well past the first 3 stages. At this stage, really, we are reinventing the curriculum. We're teaching the standards in a new way and using that technology to really transform the learning for our students and make more 21st century learners in our building. I also went ahead and looked at Eli's 8 conditions of change to get an idea of where the technology committee really needs to hit home to make sure that this plan is successful and that teachers feel supported and excited about this initiative. So the first condition Eli discusses is dissatisfaction with the status quo. You know, that idea that the system could be improved, that there's room for change and growth. And I feel like the survey really indicates that we are looking for more opportunities to collaborate. We discussed as a staff at the end of the year that our paper usage is very high. We all know that we need to change. We also know that our curriculum isn't up to par with the technology that our students are able to use. So we know that we need to change and we need to grow. So I feel like our school really meets that first condition. The second condition stipulates that those enacting change need to have adequate knowledge and necessary skills. And I feel like our staff and our students have sufficient skills with our devices. They can navigate the internet. Most of our students could probably teach us a thing or two about technology. But we use these computers and these things on a daily basis, even as young as kindergarten. So I feel like we meet the second condition and that we're moving more towards the ability to make a change in our school. The third and fourth conditions require access to necessary resources and time. As previously discussed, we have access to the computers and internet access. The computers are stored within our classroom and they're used on a daily basis. So we're readily able to access them. We can use that at any time, and we definitely meet this condition. The remaining conditions, in my mind, have not been yet met at this time. And these are the ones that I really considered with the technology committee to plan for the beginning of our school year. The fifth condition outlines the need for incentives to encourage you guys to attempt new methods. I know that it's the beginning of a school year and that we have a million things to do, and it would just be easier to kind of stick with what we know. So we're looking for ways to provide you with incentives, small group instruction, individualized instruction if you feel like you need it, prizes, perhaps competitions for participation, so that you guys are more motivated. Obviously, participation and commitment really come from the staff members, and we're looking for that from you guys. We think that after you see the ease of Google Drive and you see the ability to connect with teachers in the building as well as outside of the building, and you see the students grow and increase their global competencies, that you will really want to participate and be committed to this initiative. The last condition is leadership. We meet this condition using the leadership committee that's made up of myself, our stat teacher, a representative from each grade level, as well as special educators. And our goal really is to provide you with as much as we can to get this off the ground. So as we move forward with this plan, here are some of the things that the technology committee is prepared to offer you to really get this plan off the ground. We would like to offer whole and small group professional development sessions. We can meet with whole grade levels, we can meet with subject areas, we can meet with you individually, show you tips, tricks, really kind of get you involved in the features of Google Drive so that you can quickly see the benefits of using it. We also plan to provide incentives for participation, as mentioned before. We want to give you opportunities to collaborate with colleagues in the building. We know that 80% of our staff is looking for this opportunity. We also know that this is something that's really important for our students. We have a wealth of knowledge within our staff that is not tapped into because we can't connect with one another with ease. And I really believe that using Google Drive will allow us to reach out to one another and learn from each other so that we can be the best teachers for our students. We also want to provide you with opportunities to connect with the larger community. We have some really great lessons and ideas that will allow your students to talk to a local mailman, somebody that's in our local government, and just connect with people outside of our building, because we know that our students need to be globally competent to really be 21st century learners and prepared for the world outside of Vincent Farm. We also want to give you the chance to plan and work with special educators so you can reach all students. We have a tremendous inclusion population, and there are students who, with access to technology, can be so successful. And we want to give you the chance to kind of pick the brains of these special educators in the building that have a wealth of knowledge and know how to use these collaborative technologies to reach these students. Here are just a few of the benefits of using Google Drive and participating in this plan to increase collaboration in our building. You're going to be able to prepare your students for the 21st century world, which is such a huge task. You're going to give more opportunities to collaborate with your peers. You're going to be able to provide feedback to your students remotely. I see so many of us lugging bags of paperwork home. You're going to be able to do that right on your computer and give it to them in real time. You're going to be able to provide opportunities for students to connect with our community, reach out and really understand the world that they live in. We're going to reduce the amount of paper used in the building, save us some money. You're going to be able to monitor student work from anywhere. It's really nice. Google Drive will let you see changes in real time. So when students are working in small groups throughout the room, rather than you having to say, hey, everybody bring me your paper for a spot check, you can look at your Google Drive and see it. You're going to get a chance to learn something new. We know that we are all lifelong learners. That's what makes us incredible teachers. So this is your chance. Learn something new. You may be even able to use it in your personal life. And last, you're going to be able to bring home less paperwork, which is always a plus for everybody.